And one of the things I'd like to do just before Colleen is our Master of Ceremonies tonight as president, I just want to really quickly just thank our two staff members, Becca Baxter and Jerry Werner. They've been huge help to me personally. Jerry's been big in the whole transition at NBEA, and I just want to thank her. She's here tonight, by the way. She's never been to a conference. She's worked for NBEA for 10 years and never been to a conference. Jerry, are you here?
I'm here.
Yeah, looks like, yeah, so you'd have to turn your camera on, but Becca is here as well. And Becca, if you'd just like to say hello and wave to everybody so they know who you are.
Hi, everybody.
And so thanks to both of them. We really appreciate them. Well, without further ado, it's right at the top of the hour, and welcome to the award ceremony. I'd like to just really introduce Colleen, who really needs no introduction. She's our president this year, and she's currently serving as our president, and she was born and raised in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and graduated from Northern Michigan University in Marquette and received her master's degree from Eastern Michigan University in Ypsilanti. At one time or another, she's taught a lot of different business classes, accounting, and a number of different, just about every business class there was. And then she also, right after she thought she was going to retire, and went back into the workforce because I think she loved her students. And she went to work as an adjunct faculty for the Baker College in Port Huron, Michigan, teaching managerial accounting, office skill-related classes, and technology. So she's an entrepreneur and has been a great president for us. And tonight I'd like to recognize Colleen. So give her a virtual round of applause as she takes over our ceremonies tonight. Colleen.
There we go. Thank you so much, Joe. Welcome to the virtual conference participants and many of our past presidents. I give you a hearty welcome, and I'm so happy you've joined us this evening, making NBEA history with our first virtual conference awards program. Before we begin tonight, I want to thank the awards committee the conference committee once again for all of the hard work that they've done. I know what went into planning this conference because I sat in with them in Boston in May, and Pat and her, Pat Arneson, this is several years that you have chaired this committee, and you've done such a fantastic job, and I thank you so much for all you've done. Also serving on the committee as well is Dennis Krajewski, Glennis Monkas, Michelle Taylor, and Karen Williams. I know how many hours of work that you've put into this event to make it a success, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if we could give them a big virtual thank you once again, that would be awesome. I also want to take a moment to thank our conference sponsors once again. They were with us in Boston and stayed with us through the transition from our face-to-face conference to our virtual platform. And we know how much you don't know how much your sponsorship means to us. And we're just so thankful for your support. So thank you once again. Moving on to our executive committee. Somebody once told me that leadership was a lot about relationships, and that is so very true because I've formed so many relationships over the past few years. Thank you to the members of the executive committee, Bonita Moore, our president-elect, Virginia Henry Grubb, our secretary-treasurer, Margaret Blue, our immediate past president, and of course, Joe McClary. You have made this transition so much easier. You've been a pleasure to work with, and thank you so much for your commitment to NBEA and its members. Well, we also have a huge, huge thank you to go to our executive board. This it was an interesting year, to say the least. Perhaps more than ever, this year, our executive board became one cohesive unit. We all helped in this transition process, and each and every one of these individuals on our screen today have played such an important part in the leadership of this organization. Gina Mitchell from the Southern region Andrew Stout from North Central. From Mountain Plains, Carol Sessoms. From the Western Region, Keith Hanna. From the Association for Business Teaching and Research, Barbara Hagler. From ISB, Hector Lopez. And from the National Business Honor Society, Teresa Bynum. You have all been a pleasure to work with, and I'm just really excited to have been able to get to know each and every one of you. And thank you so much for your service to NBEA. Moving on, some of our board members have come to the end of their 3-year term, and I want to take this opportunity to personally thank them for all that they have done. Gina, I am so happy that I had the opportunity to get to know you and to work with you on the various committees and to serve with you on the board for the past 3 years. As our outgoing SBEA director, it has been a lot of fun. I wish you well, and I know I will see you in New Orleans, and keep those pictures of those beautiful girls coming on Facebook. I so enjoy them.
Thank you,
Thank
Colleen.
you for your service.
Thank you.
Hector Lopez will be leaving us also, and Hector has served as our ISB director. Hector, you were the one who was instrumental in getting me to reactivate my ISB membership. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
Sure did not.
In any case, Hector, thank you so much for your service. I so enjoyed getting to meet you and to work with you and getting to meet your lovely wife.
It was a pleasure. It was a
I
pleasure
will hope to
serving.
see you both in New Orleans.
Most definitely.
All right. Moving on, as we have some members departing on June 30th this year, we have some new members joining us. And it is with great pleasure that I introduce Dr. Alicia Wolab from, I believe it's Alabama Auburn University. Okay, I've worked with Alicia over the past few years as she served on the SBEA board and also as our ISB president. And I look forward to working with you in the very, very near future. Also coming on board on July 1st will be Dr. Michelle Taylor, and she will be the new SBEA representative. I had the pleasure of working with Michelle for over the past year as she served as the ISB president. She also served as the SBE president and past president. So I welcome you to the board, Michelle, and look forward to a great year with you as well. We have one more individual who will be leaving our board this year, and that is Margaret Blue. Margaret, we've worked together for quite a while now on the NBEA board. You know, she was secretary treasurer when I came on the board, and then she moved into the president-elect position, and then from there to president. And she also served as the chairperson of our search team committee. And she is now serving as the immediate past president, and she told me she's really excited to be going off the board because she let out a big woohoo the other day as we were talking. In any case, I wish you well in your retirement, but I don't believe it is because we both fail that miserably, I know. But in any case, Margaret, I wish you well and looking forward to meeting you and Joel in New Orleans next year. Thank you so much for your service.
Definitely be there, and it has been my honor and a privilege, and I'm very humbled. Thank you.
Take care, Margaret. And now, I'm sure many of you have been waiting to hear who is coming up in the ranks. Well, we have an announcement to make. For those of you who haven't heard, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our new president-elect, Mr. Keith Hanna, from the Western Region and from the state of Washington. Keith will be taking office on July 1. And I have worked with Keith for the past 2 years on the executive board as well as on strategic planning and have so enjoyed my work with him. Looking forward to my last year on the board as you're just starting a new 3-year commitment. Congratulations, Keith.
Thank you, Colleen.
You're very welcome. Moving on, I met Benita Moore about a year and a half ago as she sat next to me in Chicago at our fall board meeting. In April of 2019, she was named president-elect, and we have worked side by side ever since. I think our husbands would probably say we were joined at the hip, wouldn't they, Benita? In any case, she's on speed dial on my telephone, and I think I'm on speed dial on hers as well. We've developed a very close friendship, and we will continue working together as she moves into the position of president on July 1st. May I introduce Benita Moore as our 2020-2021 NBEA president.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Colleen. And I look forward to continuing to work with you and the rest of the board.
And now for our awards. Please welcome ISBE Awards Chairperson, Royetta Fulgen from our Western region, and she will present our ISBE Outstanding Service Award to Royetta in California.
Hi, everyone. I finally figured out how to turn my mic on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I want to thank our president, Alicia Wolber, for asking me to chair this committee, the ISBE Bill Anderson Outstanding Service Award Committee. And I received several nominations for the award. And I want to kind of show you guys the award, but I guess it's a little medallion, looks like this. And it's going to be presented to Joanne Osgood. Joanne Osgood has been a member of our ISBE, there you go, oh great, ISBE Association, and she has served as our Western rep, where she, along with Andrea, always set up a table here at NBEA and at our Western Conference. And if we were somewhere else, they also put together a table. And she has traveled with us for our ISBE conferences overseas to SEAC since 2007, when we went to Austria, and last year when we went to Kefalonia, Greece. And she's been like the official and unofficial person to bring materials and distribute them and get members from the Western region to participate in our conferences. So I'd just like to shout out to Joanne Osgood. I just sent her a text. I wanted to do it earlier, but I fell asleep. You realize I'm on a different time zone here. But I sent her a text to let her know, so she does know that she was the winner. Can we give her a round of applause? Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Royetta, and congratulations, Joanne. Dr. Bill Connor, who is the ABTR, or better known as the Association of Business Teaching and
Well, we haven't had a glitch all week until now.
Yeah.
So, Colleen, if you can hear us, your internet is stopped, it appears, and so we're just waiting for Colleen's connection. So we're going to wait there. There she is. Colleen, you may just want to start right back at the ABTR section because you cut out for everybody there, but it's no problem at all.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Today we have with us the ABTR, Association for Business Teaching and Research, President-elect Dr. Maggie O'Connor. She will be presenting the Business Education Research Conference Awards. Maggie?
Thank you. I have a couple of awards, and I like to start this year to present the award for the Association of Business Teaching and Research doctoral dissertation to Dr. Marie Coleman for her dissertation titled High School Counselors' Perceptions of Career and Technical Education. Dr. Coleman is an assistant professor in the School of Business and Applied Technology at Sewella Technical Community College in Lake Charles, Louisiana. She received her PhD in Career and Technical Education from Auburn University. Congratulations, Dr. Coleman. Would you like to say something?
Thank you so much for this award. I am very humbled to be receiving this, and I couldn't have done it without Dr. Leanne Skinner of Auburn, and I just appreciate her so much for guiding me through this, through my dissertation and my years of grad school, and also with Dr. Woolub down there. I have to say kudos to her as well because she was wonderful. And thank you so much, and I greatly appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you, Marie. Moving on to our second award, the Association of Business Teaching and Research Leadership Award goes to Dr. Beryl McEwen. Dr. McEwen is the Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at North Carolina A&T State University. Dr. McEwen has participated in leadership roles in a variety of organizations within and without NBEA. He has 30 years of leadership roles in NBEA organizations, including the NBEA Executive Board, DPE President, and also was on many committees for DPE and RB. Congratulations, Dr. McEwen, for 30 years of leadership team with over 30 years of leadership in NBEA and its organizations. Beryl has played an important role. Some of the organizations to the Association of Business Teaching and Research and NBEA, and I've had the privilege to work on several committees with her, and I'm very happy to give you this award, Dr. McEwen.
Thank you, Maggie. It's good to see everyone, even though we're so far from each other this year. As I reflected on this honor, I thought service is not just an act of giving. Service is also an act of receiving. And I've certainly received as much as I have given over the years to my professional organizations, and especially in the wonderful friendships that I still have today. I try to serve my profession with care and deference, and I have grown and learned from the stalwarts who build our discipline. So this afternoon, I'm so grateful for this honor and for all of you who have blessed me along the way, including people like Marcia Anderson, Virginia Grubb, and so many more RB, DPE, NBEA folks. Special thanks to my dear friend Carol Blazinski, who nominated me for this award, and of course to my husband Thaddeus, if you can see him in the corner, sitting right here with me this afternoon. Mm-hmm. Thank you all again for acknowledging my service to business education. And I personally continue to be grateful to all those who continue to lead business education today.
Great.
Thank you, Beryl.
Great.
Okay, moving along, I would like to present Dr. Christina Force and Dr. Jeremy Jeffrey of Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania, my esteemed colleagues, with the Association of Business Teaching and Research Best Paper Award for 2020 for their research titled Exploring the Relationship Among Cumulative Credit Hours Earned, Cumulative Grade Point Average, and age at the time of testing on the Praxis 2 test scores for business education students. Congratulations, Dr. Force and Dr. Jeffrey.
Thank you, Maggie. Dr. Jeffrey and I would like to thank the Association of Business Teaching Research, Virginia Hemby Grubb, and the Awards Committee for this wonderful award. We'd like to thank Bloomsburg University, the Ziegler College of Business, and the Business Education faculty for their support. Thank you, Maggie, for your support. And I have my 4 children over here. They've been kind of quiet. They're watching the awards, so it's exciting. And I go, Mom. And then Dr. Jeffrey, would you want to say anything?
Yeah, thank you, Thank you, Maggie, for introducing us. I appreciate it. We also would like to thank the College of Education and Lauren Furman, who assisted us with data collection. We'd also like to thank, and we're very honored to be published in the upcoming edition of the Journal for Business Teaching and Research. I would like to say a thank you to Molly Wickham, who's serving as editor for it, and we are very appreciative and very honored. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and for our 4th award, Dr. Ashley Hall and Dr. Carol Wright of Stephen Austin University in Nacogdoches, Texas, are also presented with the Association of Business Teaching and Research Best Paper Award for their research titled Augmented Reality in Business Classes, focusing on immersive technologies. Congratulations, Dr. Hall and Dr. Wright. You'd like to say something?
Okay, I'd like to say thank you for the awards committee for looking over our paper and choosing our paper for being one of the best papers, and for Dr. Ashley Hall, who is always game to help me research and look into new and exciting projects with our students. Ashley, are you out there? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I have one last really big thank you that I'd like to make that's not on the agenda here, but I really want to thank Joe McClary on behalf of the Association of Business Teaching and Research for the astounding accomplishments that we've seen with our website and with our library of documents, with all of the analytics. We couldn't have wished for something so quickly to have been updated for us. And we are very grateful for that, and that it's happened so quickly, and for the smooth Burke conference this year that was very well attended, and it was just a lovely opportunity. Thank you so much for it. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie, and congratulations to all the Burke Award winners. And now moving on to the NBEA awards that will be presented tonight. But before I get there, I really think it's important that we take a moment and thank the awards committee for their dedication and hard work. This committee was chaired by past President Marlene Stout from Indiana, and her team members were Donna Orr, representing the Western Business Ed Association, Tina Trumbauer, representing the North Central Business Ed Association, and Marie Coleman, representing the Southern Business Ed Association. Thank you all from the membership, from the executive committee, and the executive board. We so appreciate the hard work that you have put into the awards this year. Now, I'm very, very excited to present to you the 2020 recipients of NBEA's Teacher of the Year Award. These individuals are active members in NBEA and have been for quite some time. Their contributions to business education have been outstanding, and therefore they are being recognized today. Unfortunately, we can only barely skim the surface of the achievements of these amazing educators. This year's recipient of the Teacher of the Year Award for Secondary Business Education is Dr. Kelly Todd. Long before her teaching career began, Kelly was inspired by Mrs. Sharon Todd, who was a high school business teacher and Kelly's mother. The influence of Mrs. Todd, along with other mentors, Dr. Joe Arnn and Mrs. Phyllis Smith, showed Kelly the merits of making learning challenging and fun. Along with students allowing students to maintain dignity even when with the wrong answers, and being known as a kind but firm teacher who wears cute shoes but keeps the comfortable ones close by. Dr. Kelly Todd has 23 years of teaching experience, is the recipient of 7 Lifetime Achievement Awards, and 23 years of experience as an FBLA advisor whose contributions are heralded by her students and colleagues. Beginning professional affiliations during her college years, she is a member of business education associations at the state, regional, and national levels. She's attended many, many conferences for each of the associations and has actively served in office at the Arkansas Business Ed Association as Secretary, President-elect, President, and past President. Congratulations, Kelly. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. I've always thought that being a teacher is a lot like being enrolled in the old family and friends phone programs. Teachers need a network of support from professional organizations like NBEA, our schools, our administrators, colleagues, students, and their parents, and our family and friends. As for family, I truly have the most supportive mother and sister, Sharon Todd and Kayla Todd. And I've known since high school, when I was a student in my mom's business education classroom, that I wanted to be a teacher. Today, 23 years later, my mom is still my most trusted mentor, my biggest cheerleader, and one of my best friends. Of course, my other's my sister. And it is truly an honor to receive this award. Thank you, NBEA. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kelly, and once again, congratulations. Our next Teacher of the Year award goes to Dr. Lynette Borgensen Painter for her outstanding contributions to business education by a post-secondary business teacher. Lynette is a professor at Bismarck State College in Bismarck, North Dakota. She holds many certifications, including the Master CIW Designer, Microsoft Specialist Master Instructor, and several Cisco cybersecurity-related certificates, just to name a few. She has been described as a passionate educator, an outstanding colleague, committed to her students. She is a skilled presenter, and her contributions to the lives of her students, colleagues, and the professional organizations in which she serves are immeasurable. Lynette, on behalf of NBEA, I want to congratulate you. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much to NBEA and also to the awards committee for all their work on this. I agree absolutely with Kelly. It takes a network of people to support you when you are in a teaching position, and our state and regional associations, where would we be without them and their support on a regular basis? Also, I'd like to thank Bismarck State College for all the support that they provide to me as one of their faculty, and in particular my department chair and co-presenter, Dr. Arlene, who was with me the last 2 years as a presenter here at NBEA. So thank you again for NBEA, MPBEA, and North Dakota Business Education Association. Everybody is so appreciated in what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynette, and again, congratulations. Last but certainly not least, I am so pleased to be able to present Dr. Margaret O'Connor with the Teacher of the Year Award by a senior college or university business teacher. Dr. O'Connor comes to us from Bloomberg University in Pennsylvania, where she has served as the chairperson for the Business Education Department for 9 years and proven to be an indispensable instrument in converting curriculum and programs to the online platform. Maggie has been involved with NBEA since 2007 and has attended and presented at many NBEA conventions. Her involvements have led to her to serve on many committees, including ARB, BPE, NAST, and the NBEA Executive Board. She is currently serving as the President-elect for our newly formed merged association, ABTR, or the Association of Business Teaching and Research. Maggie, on behalf of NBEA and our members, I want to thank you for all of your work in our field and your contributions to this association. Congratulations, Maggie. Would you like to say a few words to our virtual audience today?
Yes, thank you very much. You know, I came into business education after working for 20 years and got my dissertation a little bit, got my doctorate a little bit later. And I really want to acknowledge Dr. John Olivo for sharing with me business education. So even though I started at Bloom permanently in 2007, I had the opportunity to go to the Philadelphia NBEA conference when Dr. Donna Gavitt was the president, and she was also the chairperson for business education at Bloomsburg. And the first experience I had was a Friday night Grease party where everybody dressed up and danced. And I was like, who is this group? I want to get involved more with them. And so I think over the time period of these last 20 years, I was very shy about getting involved and developing my leadership skills, just, you know, because I'm coming at it in a different way. And NBEA embraced me and encouraged me to get involved in leadership positions. And then I discovered how fabulous our business education students are, and what a joy it is to work with business education faculty and to see our students blossom and grow and be successful. So I'm very appreciative of this award and the nomination for it. And I thank you very much for letting me be part of NBEA and all of the different organizations.
Thank you, Maggie, and once again, congratulations. You know, it's not very often where I get to present an award to a colleague, but better yet, a good friend. Maggie, well deserved.
Thank you, Colleen.
At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Dr. Peter Megason, Professor of Business and Technology, Computer Technology at Massasoit Community College in Brockton, Mass. And Dr. Megason also serves as the chair of the John Robert Gregg Award Administrative Committee, and he will introduce this year's award winner. Dr. Megason?
Thank you, Colleen. Even though you did not make it to Boston physically this year, I do want to invite you to come to Boston in the near future. Maybe just a little way down the road, we can have another NBEA convention here. This was to be the 4th NBEA convention in Boston, but it didn't take place. However, I do hope you come in the near future. Thanks also to Colleen, to Joe, to Pat, to the various committees that worked on making this conference a really wonderful experience. I had a Zoom meeting today with my division at the college, and I was telling them how it was just remarkable that we were able to really participate and get engaged in so many sessions. So thank you to all of you who made this effort possible. The John Robert Gregg Award is presented each year to an individual who is widely recognized by colleagues and education professionals as having made outstanding contributions to the advancement of business education. It is the most highly coveted award in our field. I wish to express appreciation from the business education profession to McGraw-Hill Education for their sponsorship of this award since 1953. It was established to honor John Robert Gregg, the inventor of the world's most widely used system of rapid writing, Gregg shorthand. For those of you who are under 50, like Joe and quite a few others here, you are probably not familiar with shorthand, but it was, for most of the 20th century, second only to typewriting in terms of enrollment as a business subject. It's a method of rapid writing which takes a minimum of 2 years of intensive effort to acquire a usable skill. But once it's obtained, it will never be lost. Shorthand is used by secretaries, reporters, and others where there is a need for verbatim transcripts of information. By the late 1980s, though, as newer forms of electronic communication systems became available, the need for shorthand decreased, and the subject lost the prestigious position it once held in the business curriculum. Interestingly, too, Boston is the home of Gregg Shorthand because it was here that Dr. Gregg arrived from Ireland and introduced his system of shorthand to America. Last year, we were informed that due to changes in the publishing field, McGraw-Hill would no longer sponsor this award. We are grateful to the NBEA Executive Board for their unanimous decision to continue this award under NBEA sponsorship. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the anonymous John Robert Gregg Award Selection Committee for their work in selecting this year's recipient. This year, we are proud to recognize the accomplishments of an educator who, over a period of 40 years, has been of service to business education through teaching, research, and administration. This year's award winner received his Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with an emphasis on business education from Tennessee Technological University. He continued his education at Memphis State University, where he received his Master of Education degree in Business Education. His Doctor of Philosophy degree was awarded from the University of North Dakota, Grand Forks, with an emphasis on business and vocational education. At one time, the University of North Dakota was one of the leading universities in America offering graduate study in business education. His doctoral dissertation, The Effect of Word Processing on Business Letter Writing, was one of the first research studies to examine this relatively new topic of word processing and its impact on the business world. Immediately after receiving his doctor's degree in 1977, he joined the faculty of the university where he continues to teach. Here, he rose in faculty rank from instructor to professor. In his long teaching career at this university, he has taught a wide variety of courses at both the graduate and undergraduate levels, including business content courses, as well as professional education courses. He has served on and chaired many committees at his college, including college-wide committees, College of Business committees, and department committees. He continues to serve his university through service beyond the classroom. This year's recipient has made more than 40 presentations on a variety of topics to both educational and professional audiences. The topic of these presentations have included online instruction, communication processes, research, assessment, methodology, and technology. In addition, he has a long and extensive history of significant contributions to professional organizations. He served as president of the Tennessee Business Education Association and was a board member of the Delta Pi Epsilon Research Foundation. Over a span of more than 40 years, he has been recognized as the recipient of numerous teaching awards for his outstanding teaching skills. These awards include the Outstanding Young Educator Award from the JCs, which he received in 1976, the Distinguished Service Award from the Southern Business Education Association in 2012, the Administrator Supervisor Distinguished Service Award from the National Business Education Association in 2012, and the National Leadership Award, which he received from the Association for Research and Business Education in 2019. His contributions to the literature of our profession are extensive. He is well published with over 50 articles in both refereed and non-refereed journals, including such publications as the Journal of Organizational Culture, Communications, and Conflict, Entrepreneurial Executive, Journal of Entrepreneurship Education, NBEA Review, Business Communication Quarterly, the Computer Education Quarterly, Journal of Education for Business, Business Education Forum, and the National Business Education Association Yearbook. He has served not only as a reviewer, but also as an editor for the National Business Education Association Yearbook, the Business Education Forum, NBEA Review, the Journal of Business Education Research, and the Tennessee Business Education Association Journal. Since 2016, he has served as Senior Managing Editor of the Business Education Forum, the official publication of the National Business Education Association. In addition, he co-authored a collegiate textbook, Secretarial Administration and Management, published by Prentice Hall. In recognition of his many years of distinguished service to business education, the profession proudly honors a professor in the Department of Marketing at the Jennings A. Jones College of Business, Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Dr. Stephen D. Lewis is the recipient of this year's John Robert Gregg Award in Business Education.
Thank you, Peter.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. I'm new to Zoom, and I have Virginia Hemby standing by who can zoom in here and help me out if necessary. I appreciate that introduction. I'm truly honored, and most of all, I'm humbled. And I'm humbled because when I look at the list that I have here of previous winners of the John Robert Gregg Award, and especially when I look back at some of the pioneers like Frederick Nichols, Paul Lomax, David Lessenberry, Wanda Blockus, and not to belittle those recent ones, but those pioneers were special to me. I did a lot of study at the undergraduate and graduate level about all of those leaders, read many of their journal writings, used some of their textbooks in my classes, and I'm very humbled to be placed on a list with those people. I think Peter has told you more than you need to know about me, so I would like to share with you some of the people who have helped me during this process of over 40 years. Mm-hmm. The first of all, my mom and dad. My dad was a coal miner by trade, finished the 8th grade. My mother was a homemaker who finished only the 4th grade, but both were wise beyond their years, especially in the area of personal economics, which we hear much about today. In fact, I think my mom could certainly teach a home economics course with a great deal of authority. not only did my parents expect that I would get a high school diploma, they insisted that I get a high school diploma, and also insisted that my 6 siblings also get a high school diploma, which we all did. And in that era, that was about all that was expected. Until a little later, when I was married and moved to Ohio to get a job in the factories, working on an assembly line. I was married, had a son, and my wife recognized something in me that I guess I hadn't seen myself before, and she suggested that I take some college courses. So I enrolled at Sinclair Community College, which if you're from the Dayton, Ohio area, you're familiar with that college. It was very small at the time, but I took some courses there, and after a few courses decided I really need to decide on a major. I don't want to be a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer because that would take too much time. Little did I know that I would spend that much time getting through all the programs that I decided later I would, in fact, try to accomplish. But because of that prodding by my wife, I took that first course and got interested, wanted to move back to Tennessee, but I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. I thought teaching might be good, but I was afraid if I got into teaching and didn't like it, that I would have a degree that would not be beneficial to me in other areas. So I went to a counselor at Sinclair, and he asked if I had thought about business education, which I hadn't. And so I asked him to explain that to me. He did. And I decided, I think that's what I want to do, because at least if I don't like teaching, I'll have a business degree that I can fall back on. And so we moved back to Tennessee. I enrolled at Tennessee Tech, where I met Dr. William Bonner. And Dr. William Bonner, billed to many of you, I'm sure, was probably the most instrumental person in my professional life. He was my advisor as an undergraduate. He was my mentor. He helped me get assistantships at Memphis State. He helped me get assistantships, then assistantship at North Dakota. And he was very instrumental in my getting the job that I have here at Middle Tennessee State University. And not only was he a professional friend, but he became a very close personal friend as well. And unfortunately, he is not around to hear my accolades, but he certainly had more to do with my professional success than anyone that I can think of. He suggested that I get out of the South for one of my graduate degrees. So I thought North Dakota is about as far out of the South as you can get.
Yay!
And so I took my wife and my son, and we moved off to Grand Forks, North Dakota, having never been there before, but expecting good things. On my arrival, I met with John Rao, which is also one of the people listed on this John Gregg Award winnership label or list. And although he passed away not too many weeks after I got there, he had an impression on me, or made an impression on me, that I could be a writer. And quite frankly, I went into his class very concerned, a little bit frightened about what would be expected. But once I got into the class, he had to go to it. He came in and served as my chair of my dissertation committee after Dr. Rao passed away. He also became a very personal friend as well as professional. We've attended baseball games together. In 2017, I decided after 40 years, I would go back and look over the university to see what was changed. And so I flew back into Grand Forks, rented a car, drove around, saw some of my friends that I was in school with, and drove down to Minnesota to visit with Mark Langemo. He had a great deal of influence on me as I was writing my dissertation, and also encouraged me in other ways, in my teaching, in my research, and in my writing as well. So to sum up, I'm really proud of the honor. I'm grateful to NBEA for the honor. I certainly am more humble than anything else, as I mentioned before. And so before I leave, I just want to say that I look much grayer virtually than I do face to face. So I hope to see all of you in New Orleans next year face to face. And I wish you all good health during these trying times. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Megason, and congratulations, Dr. Lewis. So, so happy for you. What a wonderful way to acknowledge your history in business education by getting the most prestigious award that we have. Congratulations. Before we close, I want to take a minute to talk about, or to thank some people who I have had some wonderful experiences with. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Priscilla Romkema, who got me into this position several years ago. Through her leadership and the years that she served this organization, she was such a mentor to me. And last year when I was in Chicago, we sat down and had coffee together. And shortly after that, Bill Rigby, who is the husband of Dr. Sue Rigby, told me that that there are 3 of us that have ties to the university, and 4 of us are going to be NBEA officers. So anyways, looking back, Dr. Sue Rigby was the first one who was a past NBEA president. Then we had Madge Lewis-Gregg, and we had Priscilla, Dr. Romkema, and now me. The 4 of us all have ties to Northern Michigan University, and he said it's the only university that he knows of, because he did the history, that has the honor of having 4 NBEA presidents through the years. So I thought that was an interesting bit of information. Moving on, I want to personally thank Becca Baxter and Jerry Warner for all of the hard work that they have done this year. Jerry, I know it was a lot of work transitioning in, and lawnmowers, cleaning out the basement with Joe and moving the office, but you have been just wonderful. Becca, you came on board, just jumped right in, and just have been fabulous in your role as our convention planner and our membership person. But most of all, I want to thank Joe McClary. He has been such a blessing to NBEA, and I thank God every day that we have him, because he has been a tremendous leader for us, leading us through this transition and all of the things that he has made possible for NBEA in just the 4 short months that he's been with us. Joe, thank you so much. Becca and Jerry, we so appreciate you. And now we have to check our calendars. Get your devices out and put the dates on for next year, March 31st to April 3rd, and we will see you all in the Big Easy. Now back to Joe in Kentucky. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for attending tonight. That does conclude our ceremony. For those who won awards, we're not leaving you empty-handed. We didn't do a virtual conference just to save money on awards. We actually will be sending you a very beautiful crystal award that is substantive. It's going to be a beautiful token of our appreciation for you that you can proudly display and just about anywhere proudly, I believe. I think it's beautiful. The only reason we don't have a picture of it because we couldn't find a good picture. And we didn't want to put a picture of an award that had somebody else's name on it in front of everybody. So nonetheless, that'll be in the mail to you very, very soon. And also too, perhaps next year in Louisiana, we'll be able to have you rise and recognize you in person. So for right now, and on behalf of President Colleen Webb and all of our board of directors and executive committee, thank you for joining us tonight. feel free to check the virtual conference schedule. We have just 2 sessions tomorrow. Those sessions are for, the first one will be for anybody who wants to attend to discuss how the virtual conference went. We'll be taking ideas for next year. Also, in regard to our state and local, state and regional membership directors, we have just about 15 minutes with you to collect ideas, hear what you need, and also show you some new features on our website that'll help you communicate, collaborate, and so on with your contingent to help NBEA grow and to help others get the word out about what we have to offer them. Well, thank you again for tonight. We're going to leave the session open for as long as you would like to stay, to network, discuss, be happy to facilitate that. So you all have a good night. Thank you and congratulations again to all our award winners.
It's over. Joe, how can we get everybody on the screen again?
Well, you just have to ask.
Okay. Because I can see like 8 or 6 at a time, but I was just wondering if that's possible. I thought I could do it, but I couldn't figure it out.
Well, you can't get everybody back on the screen.
Oh, okay.
They have to do it, but you can ask.
Oh, I mean, no, all I can see is like 6 people, but can you do a full page?
Yeah, I mean, I have, yeah, I see. I have 25 on my screen because I have a big screen. It's really determined by the size of your screen.
If you drag the line between the PowerPoint slide and the faces, if you drag it to the left, then you can see more. Click
And Royetta is doing a Zoom workshop for us all here. If you apply for continuing education credits tonight, we'll send you a certificate for this.